Okay, here we are. So the formula is pretty simple, but like I said, it will take making it important enough to do it. And the two parts of the formula, it's just this simple formula, is to do something. So somebody's here, nothing they can, there's no emotions right there. They're there, you have there's nothing, it's not their fault. You have you're pointing the camera at them and all of a sudden they're not in touch with, they're not experiencing an experience of, usually, of whatever their experience of happiness or whatever. They're just looking at the camera and have to deal with that and have to do what they got to do. So can't help it. That's the reality. So how do you now have joy with your client, with your person, your subject, whatever it is? How do you now have joy? And so there's two parts. One is to manifest it, to manufacture it, to do something, interact with the client in such a way that they laugh. And it's really a simple thing. Jokes, throw something at them, make a stupid face, for real. It's like this part, it's really simple, but get a reaction. Reactions, right? So reaction lasts like a second or two, but once there is that reaction, it's pure. A reaction is pure. Somebody says a joke, they laugh, whatever it is, but then they become aware of the camera really quickly. But in that second, at the most, maybe two, probably less than a second, they're experiencing the genuineness of any kind of reaction, of somebody reacting to a joke or, something where they're laughing or smiling because you did something. That little moment is pure, and that's joy. It's real, and it will last. It's real, it's joy. But the problem is, it will just last a second. So there's two parts. One is to cause reaction. The other part is to capture it. So if this thing is going to last just a second, right, at the most, so the normal process of just wait, click, ain't going to work. It's just not going to work. Because by the time you click, they're now aware of the camera again, and that whatever you did is gone. Done. Oops. So it's a whole different way of taking pictures, I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say in that you'll have to take more pictures. And if it's a cell phone, and this is like a really simple course, but if it's a cell phone, there's a burst mode that's usually fairly automatic when you hold on the button. And if you're a professional photographer, set it in continuous mode. And what does that mean? It means a few things. One, it means like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. That's like the way. So here's where priorities come in. Why priorities are almost as important or more important than what you're actually going to do is to make it important on both. Okay, so now we got the basic thing. Cause reaction and take lots of pictures. Done. See ya. Okay. But let me talk a little bit more about it. Let's break it down to each part of those. Okay, so the first thing. Cause reaction. You're with other people. You're with your child. You're whatever. You're with a client, and you want a real smile for some reason, whatever it is. How important is it to you, for the client, for whoever it is, for whatever the purpose is of the picture, that this moment is real? If it's really important, you'll do what you got to do to get them to react. That could be making a dumb face. Make it for real. I do that with my clients. And it works. So I sometimes okay, that's my fallback. I do make a stupid face, make some noise, and they react, and they have a real, genuine. They laugh, right? They smile, and their smile is not a fake smile just because I was being an idiot. So that could be what you do. It could be you have a clown. I mean, it's anything. It could be you have a clown nose in your pocket, and all of a sudden you put on a clown nose, and whoever's there, adult or child, they'll smile just because you're an idiot. You're silly. Could be a joke. I'm not good at jokes, but it could be you tell a joke. It could be anything that will cause a genuine reaction. That includes a smile if you're looking for a smile. Could be you're looking for other things, but for now we're dealing with mostly smiles. So that something that will cause reaction. Look it up. How to make somebody laugh. For real. Literally, you can throw a ball at somebody. They'll react, but in that moment of smiling, playing, it'll be a smile. Okay? And the other part of it is capturing it.
Yeah.
So first of all, that part. Are you willing to be the fool? Is your sense of pride or ego or not embarrassing yourself more important? And it could be that, no, John, I'm not willing to do that. Nope, that's not me. I'm just gonna get some fake smiles. Thank you. But if you really care about having this genuineness, and let me back up. When these images are captured of somebody being happy, it's the origin of the happiness is not important, or it's not relevant. You're capturing genuine, pure joy in that moment. When you see the photos, it's going to be, oh man, that person's being happy and playful, whatever it is. It's not, oh, somebody threw something. You won't know, and it doesn't matter. You're capturing joy. You won't know the origin of where that came from. It makes no difference. I found it makes absolutely no difference. Zero. How it got initiated. Because I captured joy, and it's special, it's precious. And it has a sense of connection too, because when somebody looks at that, they feel, wow. That's for online dating, but for anything. You get to connect with a real human, and that's precious. Okay, the other thing, taking lots of photos, and you got to do it. It's not a wait, click kind of thing. It can't be. And it's almost like when I do it, I start clicking before, sometimes even before I do the thing to cause the reaction, because it's so quickly for somebody to start noticing the camera again. It's quick. You don't got time at all. So by the time you do something that start clicking, it's already lost. And learn how your phone or your camera works to be in continuous mode, and press it. It doesn't have to be crazy, like numbers of shots per second, like 6 shots per second. I think is reasonable. More than that is not at all. You don't need it. It's a waste of time looking through the pictures. But 4, 5, 6 clicks per second just gets everything. And so that's what it's doing. It's getting everything. So even if there's a moment of joy, right? Whatever it is, if there's a moment of joy and you did something to create that moment of joy, it's actually going to be a curve of going from ecstatic to starting to go down again to being conscious of the camera, and it's like an arch, right? And it might be that you don't want that ecstatic. You want the pleasant happiness. And there's going to be a whole variety of sides, of senses of the experience of the person in one momentary experience of clicking. And so high volume, just hold the button. If it's continuous mode, your camera, press it. It's just for a second or two. So you get 10, 20 pictures out of this one moment. And then you'll be able to look at the photos and now find which ones are the ones you want. So we'll take one. Okay, here's the problems, the ego thing, the priority thing. If you're a professional photographer, it might be a sense of pride to know when to click, to know when to expect, to predict the moment of clicking, clicking the shutter. So that might be a source of pride for you that you figured out. You're sensitive. You know when to do it, and that's like, oh yeah, you're good at that. So this, and in the professional photographer's world, it's really kind of sometimes looked down on. Oh, he's a sprayer, meaning he just sprays around and hopes for the best. You're right, and in some ways that's exactly what you're doing, and you have to be okay with it. Like, we're setting up the situation, we're spraying through it and hoping and like expecting something there. So it's not quite spraying, but you're creating something. But the part of the formula of creating this is a continuous mode of shutters, of clicks during the process, because otherwise you'll absolutely miss it. Okay? And then looking through the photos. So now you'll have tons of photos to look through. So there's actually I'm going to go through the next video. So right now, there'll be another video in a second about how to find the best photos. But right now, let's review. Causing reactions somehow. And actually I have a good one. I'm going to give you a good reaction to do in the next video too. But any kind of cause, any kind of reaction is good. Sometimes you have to go to the extreme, and that will be the next video about some particular trick I use. And then being willing to shoot in high volume, you have to. Both those things, you have to do it, or else, to get what you want. Okay? There's one little secret trick, and I wasn't expecting to talk about this too, but it's not the only way to do it. It's if you're quick enough and you notice something happening, you could quickly get your camera and just start shooting again with the high volume, but you got to be paying attention, and you got to be willing, again, priorities, that maybe your camera's not set up perfectly. Maybe it's not composed perfectly. So if you care enough about this moment happening right in front of you, you might be willing to just grab your camera and start shooting. Maybe. But you got to be willing to make it your priority, that you're willing to take that risk. And in this case, it's not even wasting film, but just taking that risk of having to look at crappy pictures. Okay? So, assignment for now. Just try it. Just try it. Okay? With whoever it is. Throw a ball at somebody, but have your camera ready in one hand. Throw a ball at somebody, make a stupid face, and then start being ready to start clicking immediately when you do that thing, and shoot a lot of pictures. Hold the button, shoot in high volume, and see what happens. That's your assignment before you watch the next video. See you next time. See you in the next video, I mean.